Всех с субботой. Поздравляю. Наконец-то выходные. И I know, Francesco. Just a couple of minutes. Let me do this introduction.
Yeah, of course.
Сегодня у нас с нами гость Франческо. Для кого-то, кто-то уже его видел, потому что у нас был стрим в прошлую субботу, где мы с Франческо разговаривали на интересные темы. Сегодня Франческо тоже решил прийти и поделиться советом. Сегодня мы будем говорить про презентацию. Франческо чуть больше расскажет именно про то, как это нужно делать, и покажет, что самое главное. Будет очень интересный пример. Вот, поэтому смело в чате задавайте вопросы, которые у вас есть. Желательно задавать их на английском, чтобы Франческо тоже понимал. Вот. В крайнем, конечно, случае я могу перевести, но будет круто, если мы сразу будем взаимодействовать с Франческо напрямую. Вот. И, наверное, на этом все. Давайте я переключаюсь на английский. Let me switch to English finally. Right, so hello, Francesco. Thanks for coming. Really happy to see you. I think we can call it part two.
Part two, yeah.
Part two, yeah. So for... I know that somebody saw you last time, and obviously we have also a new viewers today. So that's why I think it would be really nice if we can start with the introduction. So can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, sure. Hi, guys. So I can say that I'm senior product designer at Bumble. I've been working at Bumble for 3 years, and at the beginning, in the date part, I mean, in Bumble, we have 3 different modes. We have Bumble Date, Bumble BFF, and Bumble Biz. I was working at the beginning Bumble Date. Actually, I'm in BFF team. And the main goal of our team is to help users to build relationship and network. So I'm taking care of the user experience of this part of the app. Working with other designers, content designers, user researchers. So it's a really big team, and it's really interesting. Before that, I worked in other company like Music Smash. I don't know if you know it, but it's a really interesting app. It's something like Spotify, but with lyrics. So you can connect your Spotify or Apple Music.
Is it worldwide?
It's worldwide.
Right.
They have something like 30-40 million of users per month. So it's a really big, it's a big product. It's used. But basically this company is a lyrics provider.
So and you was head of design.
Yeah, I was head of design.
What did you do there?
That I was working on the main product, especially the app. So native app for Android and iOS, but we had other apps for Mac at the beginning, and then for desktop as well. So I was leading a team of 4 designers, 2 user researchers, and the main goal was to have a well-structured design system, well-structured design process, the user research process. So it was really, really fun. It was really, really cool because the team was really young, and the main thing was that it was a startup, no? And in a startup, you need to handle different type of situation. It's about problem solving every day, so different problems. So, but yeah, it was really, really nice. And then this startup was acquired by a US firm that for some, I don't know exactly the total the amount, but yeah, it was acquired by a US firm, and then before that, I was working as a freelance consultant with companies in Switzerland, in the US, and in Italy. I started working remotely.
And you said in Italy because last time I had a couple of comments like somebody asked me like, Francesco, is he Italian?
Yes, I'm Italian.
Can you say something about?
Yes, I didn't mention it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I'm from Italy. I'm from the south of Italy. I grew up in a really small village of fishermen. No, it's a village next to the sea. So Yeah, it was.
Can you say something in Italian?
No,
prove
come
it. Ok.
Yeah. Ciao ragazzi, sono contento di essere qui, va bene.
Grazie mille.
Grazie mille. Vabbè, comunque sì, sono. I grew up in the south of Italy, and I was working from home at the beginning, as a freelance consultant with this company in Italy, in US, and then I moved to Bologna and I joined the Music Smash.
Sorry, as a freelancer, you worked as a product designer, graphic designer.
No, product designer.
Mainly product designer.
Mainly product designer, designing apps, native apps, not website.
Okay. So focused on.
I was specifically focused on the native apps. So most of my career was based on this type of work on native apps. And then I decided to move to England, to London, and join Bumble. So it was a crazy journey. It was interesting, but challenging. But I learned a lot, to be honest.
Right. Maybe before we jump into the presentation, maybe you can tell a little bit more about challenges. So, for example, what was the main challenge for you as a designer?
The main challenge as a designer at the beginning was, let me think, the biggest one is, the main challenge was, for example, the cultural difference between me and the rest of the team. So living in Italy, it's different. The type we think in a different way. We are more simple, let's say. We think in a simplest way.
I think more straightforward as well.
No. We are more, I would say. No, we are more simple, no. But in UK, they go straight to the point, no. We in Italy we start thinking more about project and other stuff in general, but they go straight away to the point. It's more like a Russian culture, let's say. Yeah, and this was the main difference. But in terms of challenges, I don't remember, to be honest with you. But in general, as a product designer, you need to stay you need to be connected with the rest of the team. You need to make sure that you can collaborate in the best way as possible with other designers. So, and this was my let's say my goal at the beginning. But
so you're focusing you focus more on collaboration. Right? So that was like the key point for you, how you can work with others. And I assume it's not only about designers, right? It's also about developers, right? Like analytics, product managers, even marketing team, right?
Yes.
And obviously like graphic designers, right? Like content designers, writers, etc.
Collaboration is crucial in our work. Yes. And then then I got used of the entire process, and I learned how it works in general, and then it was a simple way. It was simple to proceed and work in that way. So but in general, really big challenges. No, I didn't face any. There are maybe some situation where you need to manage many projects at the same time. It's okay, it can be challenging, or maybe the communication with the rest of the team. I mean, you are working on a project, and you need to make sure that every single part of the other teams are aware about what you are doing right now, because every time you work on a project, there are dependencies. No, every time you do something, this can be impactful on the rest of the app and the other teams. So you need to communicate really, really well with the rest of the team. This is something that I learned a lot at Bumble.
Right. Also, Francesco, you mentioned about cultural differences, right? So, of course, it's one of the popular topics, to be honest, because also even for us as well, when we move from one country to another country, especially to UK or to United States, you can immediately feel that the culture is different, right? So maybe if you remember, what was your main fear?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I can say that at the beginning, I was not feeling confident about my guys.
Okay.
Are you
Not
there?
sure what's going on here with the Telegram. Let me quickly switch to Russian. So у нас есть, мне кажется, с Телеграмом традиция, что каждый наш запуск всегда где-то примерно на 10-й минуте у нас отключается почему-то видео и стрим. Но я рад, что все потом возвращаются, поэтому давайте продолжим. Телеграмму, конечно же, привет. All right, switching back to English. That was funny, you know, that's like every time, approximately when it's like 10 minutes after stream, you see like these problems when it's like just like, oh no, the stream ended. Like, all right, anyway. Sorry, yeah, so we were talking about the culture differences.
Yeah, of course, coming from Italy, it's not easy to at the beginning to feel confident about your language, the way you communicate and other stuff, especially if you don't know perfectly the language, you know, it can be challenging. But after a while you got used of speaking in English, you know, it can be really, it can be, at the beginning it can be stressful, but yeah, after a while with talking every day in English with other people, with your colleagues, and it will be fine. So, but yeah, at the beginning it's a bit stressful. Yeah,
it's stressful. It's not easy.
Especially if you didn't talk in English, if you didn't speak English before, no, if you have never spoken in English before, it can be difficult.
Yeah. So I think the advice that we can give to other people who are planning to move, right? It's first of all, definitely try to learn English, right, or other languages. It depends on the country where you're planning to be. But if we're talking about main countries like, again, United States or Australia or Singapore or United Kingdom, definitely English is your main tool, and definitely try to have at least, I would say, B1 level if you want to succeed here, right?
Yes, because the main thing is you need to understand the other people. At the same time, you need to communicate it best. So you need to make sure they understand you, especially for a designer. You need to use the right words. You need to explain everything in the best way possible. So it's quite crucial to do.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you, Francesco, for this small talk. I think it's I think we can switch to the main topic, which is the presentation. And so Francesco will show us actually how he usually presents projects, right? And I think today you will present a special project. Actually, you'll see a real idea, real project.
Yes, a real project I worked on in the last few months. It's something that can be useful for you. But the main thing is that I would like to have some feedback for you about this presentation, not the presentation, but the product itself, because we will talk about a product.
Yes, we'll talk about the product. So that's why. So Francesco sent me a keynote. Let me share my screen, and we will go through this presentation, right? So you will talk about it. All right. So let's do this. And
let's see
boom,
if it works.
Sharing my screen. Wow. All right. So you can see us, and you as well can see the presentation. Fantastic.
But how can we navigate?
And
okay.
That's the way. Yeah.
You can do this way here. Bam. Okay. So guys, today I'm gonna be showing you a project I worked on in the in the last few months, but this is an idea I had in 2020 during the lockdown, when everything was online, live. So we started to communicate between each other through video calls, using Zoom a lot. It was a really challenging period for everyone. And during that period, I was thinking, okay, we should find a way to connect with mentors, with experts, because I was in a situation in which I was thinking, okay, I need a mentor as a design manager, no? Because I was thinking about this position. I said, okay, let's find a way to connect with mentors. So I'm going to show you this project. Is about an app and it's a website. But for this presentation, I'm going to show you the app first. And is about a platform that can help people to connect with experts, book a one-to-one call with the expert, and join the conversation with an expert.
Just a pause here. Pay attention how Francesco at the beginning gave a context. So he started with the history. He talked about COVID. He talked about problems. And definitely, I know that you'll mention problems more, but he already slightly mentioned it at the beginning, right? So you already have some context. You already have some basic understanding, despite the fact that we're still on the first slide. So you already know what we will be talking about, right? So you're already kind of like interested in. And then, of course, Francesco mentioned it. All right, he mentioned about the project itself, right? He mentioned how he, again, slightly worked on this project.
Yeah.
And then
in general, at the beginning of a presentation, you need to set the context is yes, and at the same time you need to specify what exactly you have done for this project. For example, I can say for this project I covered all the phases of the process, starting from the discovery phase, when you start thinking about the problem and the users, and you have a really strong understanding of the problem. Until the end of the process, when you have the prototype, because this is a solo work, so I worked alone on this, so I did everything. So you will see at the end of this presentation the prototype as well.
Yeah. All right.
So here a table of contents. So first of all, what is expertise? Expertise is the name of this project. The second one is about the problem statement. So what is the problem that we are trying to solve with this product? Sorry, guys. The target audience, so who will use this product, and then at the end, the product itself. This is not the standard structure for a case study, because we have other pages, but for this we are focused on just this part, because usually, yes, we have at the end of the presentation, we have the outcome, and the outcome is related to metrics, because the main goal of every single product designer is to improve metrics, no? We call it success metrics. In this case, I don't have success metrics because I didn't test it with real users. We don't have a real MVP for now.
Right, but in the same time, I think you shouldn't, sometimes you shouldn't focus on the metrics, specifically on the metrics, specifically on the numbers, just because it depends on the project itself. So, for example, in this case, the success is what? So, for example, in the end, we will send a survey, let's say, about this project, and you will rate it. So, and that's going to be your metric, right? It's not something about, obviously, we can't say about Mao and Dao here, but we can rephrase it and get other numbers, other metrics. So that's why, like, metrics, it's not only numbers itself, right? Other metric can be, if
validate.
Let's say you can validate it, right? you can get the feedback, or you can get a rating. So for example, you'll see, we can ask our audience, like, did they like the project, right? Or not? And that's going to be your metric.
Yes. Is it helpful for you?
Exactly. So that's why I would say it doesn't matter actually if you're a product designer, graphic designer, writer.
In general.
In general, it's good if you have metrics, but it's okay if you don't have it, right?
Yeah, no, makes sense. Makes sense.
All right, let's come back to the presentation.
Go ahead. So what is expertise? Expertise is a platform that help individuals, people to connect with mentors. And the app, in the app, we can match users with mentors using the based on their skills, goals, and objective. I will explain more in details how it works here. And here you can see the structure itself of the product, the engine, let's say, of the product. We will have the LinkedIn, we have Calendly, Stripe, Zoom, and Trustpilot. So LinkedIn to get all the info about the mentors and the users, Calendly to manage the booking, Stripe to pay, Zoom to have a video call, and then Trustpilot to send feedback, basically. So what problem are we trying to solve? I can explain here. You can see that someone that is struggling finding a mentor here. But first of all, the main problem is that many people struggle to find the right mentor they need, because if you go to Google and write design manager, or design mentor, or business mentor, something like that, it will be really painful and time consuming. You can spend a lot of time trying to understand which link is the best, which website is the best for you. But the main thing is that the problem is it's really hard to find the right person that is available, that can dedicate his time for you, not just for one call, maybe for 1 month, that is more aligned to your way of thinking and your way to see the life in general. So the relationship between a mentor and a mentee, that is the user that want to find someone, has to be relevant, meaningful. I mean, it has to be a really good relationship. It's not a cold relationship. It's like a friend. Mm-hmm. And find the right people, it's really, really hard.
Yep.
So as you can see here, some screenshots, you have examples. You go on Google, you write design manager mentor, so it can be really, really painful. So, and here in this screen, you can see the type of user, potential users of this product. So the target audience, so we call it target audience, and are specifically young professionals, people that are starting working in a company, people like intern, junior designer, junior data analysts, and people that are approaching to the market and needs some help to understand better the market, the company, the field. For example, in this case, I made a persona. No, this one is a persona. And what does it mean, persona? Eugene, can you explain what does it mean, persona?
Please, Francesco.
No. Okay, persona is basically let's say, it's an example. It's an example of users. So it's typical users of your product. It's not existing one. It's not an existing one. And this type of users can help you to understand better the product and better exactly the user itself. So you can see that here the mentee, the user that is looking for a mentor, Sarah, is she has a degree in marketing, and she is looking for a mentor, experienced mentor, and available for regular one-to-one video call. Yeah, tell me.
No, sorry. I'm listening.
Sorry.
It's very interesting.
Sorry, guys. Yeah,
I'm super involved.
Oh,
so yeah, go.
That's cool. So as you can see here, she's looking for someone experienced marketing manager maybe, and she wants to build her career and gain.
Let's go with this.
Yeah. And build her career, have guidance around her career. And this is the point of view of a mentee, regular young professional. And then we have the point of a mentor, that is someone that is, for example, in this case, John is a successful entrepreneur that can help people to understand how to build a company, how to make a business, and give people advice about the startup industry, and at the same time he can build a community, his community. He can earn money, he will have the ability to monetize this community and other stuff. So.
Sorry, Francesco. The people is asking that something is wrong with our live stream.
Oh.
So that's why let me pause here.
Yeah.
And let me try maybe to reboot it somehow. Hold on. Let's see.
But do they see the presentation?
Yeah. So the feedback is that something wrong. So when I started to share the deck, people sent a message that something wrong with the audio quality as well as with the video. So maybe let's see actually what we can do. Let me try to do this and this. Boom. And let's try maybe let's see what we can do here actually.
But can you use?
Let's restart. I think let's restart the stream. This is option number 1. And then what we can do is actually we can do Zoom, because in Zoom obviously we can share it in a better way. All right. So let's try to do it again. Boom.
We have, let me see the new one.
Let's
go to the next slide. Okay, what is the solution to solve this problem?
So we framed like the problem.
Context.
We framed the problem, and now of course we will take a look at the solution.
Yes, first of all, problem, and then users. And then we have the solution. So solution, as you can see in the screen, is a platform for native apps. I mean Android and iOS, and then desktop web. And as here you can see just a first version of the app. And then I'm going through every single feature of the app and the main flows of the product to show you how it works. So as a first step, we will have the LinkedIn Connect. It means that user can log in to the app using their LinkedIn account. So log in with LinkedIn. And we can get from this feature all info from the users. For example, if you on LinkedIn have a profile as a senior product designer, we can take all. We can take the bio, the education, skills, and all your picture, name, and everything, location, everything. And at the same time, we can take the info from mentors. We can easily understand if this user is a real one, is verified, let's say, and is experienced, because we can check their info they have from LinkedIn. It's like a guarantee. It's
it's like the profile is verified, right? You get all the information.
So, and another thing about the LinkedIn Connect is that you don't need to create your profile from scratch. We can get all the info from LinkedIn. And then based on your info you have on LinkedIn, for example, your skills, for example, Figma or user research or whatever, every single skills that you have. Based on the skills, we can suggest potential mentors for you, the most suitable ones for you. And in the screen, for example, you will see a list of mentors. Every single mentors can have a video presentation. From this list, as a user, as a mentee, I can check the video. I can see the if he's a LinkedIn profile. So it means that okay, this guy is real one, no, is experienced, no, and we have a system, rating system as well. For example, this is something that I took from Deliveroo, no?
Yeah.
On Deliveroo, you can see this kind of rating.
Yeah, it's not an app. It's something like like Slavka or I forgot other apps, to be honest. No. We don't have, like, in our countries, we don't have Just Eat, but that's just like food delivery.
Delivery
rating. Yeah.
And that kind of rating, for me, it's crucial. If I don't see that star there, excellent or something like that, I can't trust the shop.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. Use the cursor.
Oh, okay. Here you can see the stars and everything, and then the price, and then you can book the call. Here you can see an example of the page that mentors can make for themselves. No, so here
it's like about like the profile.
There's a profile page of a mentor. So where there are where a mentee can find all the info they need. For example, this guy is specialized in user UX design, product design, design system, team management. So I can easily book a call with this guy. And in addition, you will see the type of call that you can have with this guy. You can have a chat,
different sessions,
different type of sessions. Yeah. And then here you can see the booking experience, a flow of the typical flow. So starting from the entry point we have in the video presentation. So imagine you
on the left screen.
On the left screen, on the left screen here, you will see the entry point here to book a conversation, a session. You go through every single stage. You can book a date, and then at the end you will see something like a summary of the booking, and then pay straight away.
They're pretty straightforward, by the way.
Yeah,
just like boom, all the screens that you need.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the final one, that is the video call itself. It's something more similar to what you can find in the Messenger and WhatsApp. The type of UI here is a common pattern. No, so people are used to this type of interface. You will have the main action at the bottom. You will see yourself here. And then the mentor here, and on top you will have some info about the mentor. And on the right side, I was thinking maybe we should have some sort of call with more people. So it's something like what we are doing right now, basically, and where I can see the people here, and then the question that the mentor is answering and replying right now. So you can add a comment, you can chat. So there are many things that we can do with this app. And guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Well, thank you, Francesco, for presenting. I'm pretty sure that we will have a couple of questions in the chat. So again, feel free to ask any questions that you have. Again, sorry about these technical issues with the sound and video. It's good that now everyone can see what's going on. And just maybe let me go to the beginning. So so this how yes.
No, I would like to at first know what they think about the product itself. Is it useful for you? What do you think in general?
Yeah, I think because since like we're limited in terms of like Telegram functionality is quite limited.
Yeah.
I think what we can do is send a survey.
Yes,
to the audience and ask them. And however, in the meantime, if you have like any questions, definitely let us know.
Yeah.
So a couple of questions about this presentation that I have. I really liked how you, first of all, it was very structured, which is really, it's easy to follow, and definitely it's a huge plus for you, right? I really liked the introduction. I really liked this important slide of table of content, right? So like, what should I expect? And you went through all these points, right? So that was pretty clear. The simplicity of the flow as well. So when you showed how to book it, I thought like, wow, it's really easy. It's really like cool project actually. It's like, I found a mentor. I like this, let's say, guy or girl, and I'm like, yeah, I want to have a session with them, right? Book, pay, and it's done, right? And then I really liked the interaction that you might have. Yeah.
I have something exciting to share with you guys.
Hi guys, we have another laptop here.
The prototype. Sorry, guys.
The prototype. All right.
So you can continue talking about the station in general. For example, I forgot what I wanted to say. So you can give them other feedback.
Okay, so this is really cool improvisation from Francesco. Let me stop actually sharing and see what Francesco will share with us. It's quite interesting. It will be the prototype, obviously, of this project. While you are doing this, actually, can you share a little bit more how this idea came to your mind? This mentor project.
As I told you, I was in a really weird situation during the pandemic. We were locked in our house. We couldn't go out and enjoy the life in general. And everyone was using Zoom to communicate with other people. And in that moment, I was feeling not too confident about my career. And I said, I need a design manager mentor. I would like to grow as a designer, so I would like to speak with someone. I would like to have a conversation with a tutor and understand better what I can do to grow in my career. And that's why I said, okay, but it's really difficult to find actually a mentor online right now. And then I said, let's try to understand better how to solve this problem. Because I started from a problem. I said, okay, I have this problem, and how can I solve this problem? What can I do to solve this problem? And then I came up with this idea. I sent you a link.
Francesco just sent me a link to the prototype of this product. So like a cool designer, of course, he created a prototype just for us, so we can go through these screens. So let me again try to share my screen. And again, today something happened with the Telegram. So I see that somebody still has issues with the video and audio. Again, sorry about that. However, don't worry, because I'll do recording. So that's why it's fine. You can watch it later. All right. So let me share the screen. Right. Let me share the screen of this prototype that you have, and maybe you can go through the prototype. All right. By the way, so if you see the prototype, if you still can hear us and see the video, just let me know. Send the messages on the chat.
Is this one? Sorry. Wait a second. Yeah.
Right.
Do you wait a second?
All right, so it's another prototype, of course.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. That's okay.
Check this link here.
Okay, another link, another prototype. All right. That's the one.
It's just improvisation, guys.
Oh yeah, that's improvisation.
It was not planned.
It was not planned. Yeah. Thanks, by the way, that you're replying in the chat that everything is all right with the video and the audio. So that's the right prototype.
Yes, as you can see. Cool. Let's check because I did it ages ago. So let's see if it works.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
And I think this is advice from Francesco, that definitely be prepared for any situations that you might have, let's say in the interview or when you are presenting it to your team or in other situations, actually. All right, so that's the prototype.
Yeah, you can see now it doesn't work like this. Okay, you go inside the app. You can scroll up.
So you can see all the mentors.
All the mentors. Learning with an expert is 10 times faster. And then let me see if there is...
Okay, so you choose category, right? You choose category, so you decided to go to design. Okay, you see the list of mentors.
We can...
Long-term mentorship, so this is kind of a special category.
Yes, you can have multiple sessions with a specific mentor. And the mentor will help you to create a design system from scratch, for example. This is really cool. And let me see the search.
So for the search, you can search for what you said, like names, skills, job title. Right. So you have like a different options how you can find a mentor.
And you have the top categories here. You can tap on one of them and then you will see the expert like this.
Right. So it filters, in this case, it filters all the designers.
Let me see what we have. Calls. Calls. You see, thinking, discover experts. No.
Okay.
You don't have call, and then your profile here.
And your profile that you uploaded from LinkedIn, right? So because it's connected.
Yeah, your details here. It's not completed this product, but yeah, you will have all details. That's all stuff.
All right,
and that's it.
I think that's another idea that Francesco is sharing actually now is that it's really important and sometimes essential when you have a product, right, that you want to present or the idea or something like that, your work. And it's also nice if you can do a prototype or at least the animation. So because in static, it's one thing, but when it's animated, so you can see more, right? Especially it's, I think, super important in the interview process where you're trying to describe your idea or present your work just to try to share more, right? So dynamic, which means animation at least, or prototype, is always better and give you additional points instead of having only the static version, because in the movement you can describe more.
Yes, the main thing is that using a prototype, you are telling that you are capable to make a prototype. You can make it. You know how to make a prototype, and knowing how to make a product means that you are testing your idea as well. So you are able to test your ideas with users. So it means that you know how to test the idea, and at the same time, the prototype helps you to understand the flows. Because if you have the flows just on Figma, for example, you have just screenshots of the entire flow, you can't get the real sense of interaction, no? When users use your product. Using your product on your phone, it's different from just looking at the screens on Figma. So it's an extra point, really, really, really powerful during the interview, especially during the interview. But I can imagine that most of you knows how to make a prototype with Figma, or there are other tools.
Yeah, for sure.
Which one?
Well, it is Principle.
Oh, Principle, it's an old one.
Even with the Keynote.
Keynote, you can make it with Keynote as well. But no, there is another one.
There are lots of
Prototype.
Okay.
It's more technical. It's not easy, but it's really powerful. So yeah,
All right.
I agree with you with with the fact that if you have a prototype in your presentation during the interview, it can be a plus.
Because you also because before this conversation, you also mentioned that in your team you also do interviews, and maybe you can tell about how do you usually evaluate other works. So if, let's say, you have like you need to hire a designer, right? And you see their portfolio, their presentation, their use cases. So what are the main maybe green flags for you? So maybe you can tell a little bit more about like what's their key to success? What kind of key points you would like to see in the use cases?
Yeah, the main point is about how they think about the product, the product team thinking, basically. So because some designer, I've seen many times people, designers during the interview going straight away to the solution without talking about the problem, about the users.
So that's why in your presentation you gave this context, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned about the problems, you mentioned about the users, and I think you also mentioned slightly about the business side.
Yes. It's really important to think about the users, because we are solving user problems, and you need to think about you can't think just about the UI, about the colors, and you can't say, for example, I did it in this way because I like it, for example, or because I think this kind of color are nice or cool, something like that. No, don't say this kind of stuff. Think more about. So for us, during the interview, it's really important to understand how designers think and how they approach the process, what they do. I know that some companies they give designers home exercise, to understand if they
something similar to like a test task.
Test, and sometimes it works, sometimes not, because there are designers that go straight away to the solution without thinking about it. So, but in general, the product thinking, the users, the product, and then the business part as well. This part is crucial.
And this is what you are mainly focusing in, right? This is what you want to see, and this is a green flag for you.
It's a green
flag. We have a really actually good question in the chat. People asking about what are the red flags for you?
Red flags, there are we have two main things. We have cultural fit and skills fit. Cultural fit, it means that you are suitable for our company. I can understand from your way of thinking, or your
thinking, working,
working,
how you would collaborate,
how you collaborate with others, if you are introvert or extrovert, or so. There are many things about your personality. I was struggling.
You're welcome.
You're
very welcome.
I was struggling to find the right word. Personality. The main thing is personality. To understand how you collaborate with it. Because if you are introverted, you don't like to collaborate with others, it's a sort of red flag. It's not totally red flag, but sort of, let's say. Because if you are introvert, but you are super talented, it's a trade-off. We can work on it. You can be hired, and then we can work later and understand better. But in general, the personality and then the skills.
But talking about the personality, I think it also depends on the type of projects that you have, because sometimes, so don't take it wrong, sometimes it's okay and it's needed when you work solo, right? And in this case, the people who are more like let's say introverts, right? Like this type of people, it's absolutely fine. And companies are also looking for this type of people for sure. I also know a couple of open positions right now, actually, that are looking for someone who can manage and deliver their own stuff working solo, actually. Let's call it like
it's fine.
It's fine
to be introverted. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to say that you need to communicate with other people. You need to collaborate with other people.
Because you're working in a team.
Share. Yeah, you're
working
team.
in a company anyway.
Yeah, you need to share your work. You can't take it for yourself and hide it in just because. No, you need to collaborate. So the personality is crucial. Is important.
Right.
And about skills, we can easily understand if they know what they are talking about, because during the interview they talk about, for example, user research, how to do user journey mapping, or how to, I don't know, what different stuff, but at the end of the day they didn't work on that kind of stuff. They are just saying, okay, I did this and this, but in reality they didn't. So you can understand this easily, just asking the right question and you can understand. But that's it. Thank
you for answering. I think
personality
it's really nice
skills
to know. Personality and skills. And I think actually we have another question from Margarita. Thank you for asking this question. Might it be considered that bad for designer to think more about business than a user? So to be honest, I didn't get the question.
No, I get it.
You got it. Is it something about that you need to care more about business than a user? Is this question about?
Yes, I get it.
Okay.
So we have we had a case exactly related to this question.
Okay, can you tell?
It happened.
Real case.
It was a real case. So we did a project. I can't mention the real.
Of course.
We did a project. The project went live, and it was successful from the user experience perspective.
So user liked
the feature
of the project.
But in terms of business,
was
wrong.
So the numbers went down.
Now we had a huge drop. We said, no. So it's similar to what he mentioned or she mentioned in the question,
Margarita.
But from the user experience perspective, it worked a lot because we cared a lot
about
the user and the experience itself, and without taking care of the business. So it was a mistake. It was challenging. But we learned that we need to have a huge equilibrium.
You can say in
balance. Okay. We need to have a good balance between the user and business. We can't put too much effort on the users and low effort on business. No, it has to be on the same level.
It should be balanced. Yeah, well, that's a very
we had
philosophical.
We had this problem.
So it's a real situation.
Yeah, we decided. Okay, now let's.
And what did you decided to roll back?
Yeah, we did a roll back.
So you stopped.
We stopped the new project. We rolled back, and then now there is an investigation to understand where exactly there is the problem. Where is the problem?
Yeah, I think it's not like the topic of today's live stream, but I think it's very important and interesting to know. So they rolled back this feature, and they are analyzing what's wrong and what they can do better. Right? I think
because from the metrics, you see that there is a drop. But
which is bad for business, of course.
It's bad. It's just 1%, but it's bad. We are talking about I don't know, 300k, 400k.
I think it's better not to mention numbers.
So in general, a lot. And I forgot what I was saying.
Man.
No, we had this problem. So we rolled back, and actually we are investigating the issue.
Right. Yeah.
Because what I was trying to say was this. Sorry, guys. What I was trying to say was, okay, when you see the metrics, you don't understand where exactly is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So
you need to investigate. You need to analyze basically, right?
Data and everything.
Right. And this is what the product managers, I assume, this is what they're doing, right?
Yes.
With the data analysts.
Yes.
Right. Well,
and at the same time, we are doing tests.
Mm-hmm.
So we are testing different solutions. We are doing A/B tests to understand where is the problem.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for answering. It's really cool, especially when you give the real examples. And in this case, it's like from the huge it's a lesson from the huge company. So of course, company paid a lot of money, I assume, for this lesson.
Yeah.
But for you, it's going to be for free, so, which is fantastic. We have another question from Alina. So she said that I'm doing the presentation that I want, where I'm selling the project to clients. So how many slides should be in this presentation? And in general, any recommendations that you can give?
For sure, not 40, 50 slides, please. No, it has to be at least maximum 20. Let's say, if you want a specific number, let's say between 15 and 20. And not too much. There is no real. Depends how you tell the story. To be honest,
that's the point, because I have slightly other opinion. So, Alina, I think that it really depends on the project and how you want to sell it. So, for me, if you would ask me this question, I'm struggling to answer this question because I don't know, like, how many slides do you need to explain the problem, right? And how many slides do you need to explain the solution? It's really up to project, up to context that you have, up to like business and users. That's what we talked about like maybe a couple of minutes ago, right? So it's really hard to say. I wouldn't say that, we start, like, definitely I'll have like a 10 slides or 20 slides. I mean, it's not the right way how you should frame your presentation. So if you want to present it in the right way, you don't need to think about slides. Think about the context and information that you would like to provide, because that's the key, actually, right? There is a phrase like content is the king, right? So in this case, apply this rule to your presentation. I don't know why Francesco just opened in his laptop.
I was counting
his presentation. Yeah. Are you counting the slides? Right. So
for my presentation I used 19
slides, but you didn't care about.
No, I didn't care about,
right?
To be honest.
You cared about, again, context, right?
Yeah.
What you want to share, right? Why you want to share. So it's more about the storytelling that you have.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that's the answer.
But there is a framework, no? That is called SCR. That is situation. No, it's another one. Situation, complication, resolution. So you need to set the context and talk about situation. Complication is around the problem, and then resolution. This is the structure in general about the storytelling. So it depends on you. So how, in general, the storytelling it's crucial. So you can do some exercise about presentation, how to present a project. So it's really, really interesting. For a designer, it's crucial.
It is, 100%. And I think now for us it's time to finish. So Francesca, I think I would like to say thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, for answering the questions and sharing your product idea that you have and how you presented it. If you don't mind, I'll switch back to Russian. If you want to say something.
No, I was trying to say, guys, if you if you like this format with the presentation, maybe send us a feedback. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely send us the feedback, and it will be really nice if you can help Francesco with his product. So I think you can send a survey and ask some questions about the product, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, switching back to Russian. Итак, сегодня с Телеграмом у нас были какие-то неполадки, потом мы подружились, все стало хорошо. Еще раз не переживайте, будет запись, которую я выложу на канале, вы потом сможете пересмотреть полностью от и до. Мы сегодня говорили про презентацию. Действительно, презентация – это важный скилл, на самом деле, не только для дизайнеров, но и для других людей. И просто хочу воспользоваться моментом и напомнить, что в том числе презентацию я рассказываю и показываю, как нужно делать на курсе «Как проходить собеседование». И это лишь малая часть того, что там есть, потому что я даю комплексный подход по прохождению собеседований в крупные компании. Это очень часто приходит запрос, на самом деле, людей из России, из СНГ, которые не хотят никуда переезжать, но просто хотят научиться проходить собеседование. Это тоже тот кейс, с которым я помогаю на курсе. Из прям супер классных новостей осталось только одно место, такое про-место, где максимальное количество фидбэка, которое я только могу дать, поэтому если вы думаете, это сейчас тот самый момент успеть. И в целом на курсе я рассказываю от и до, как проходить собеседование, от начала общения с рекрутером, когда вы только-только думаете о том, что написать рекрутеру или рекрутер написал вам, через все процессы, в том числе через презентацию, и до финального оффера, до торгов по офферу, до обсуждения бенефитов. Все это проходит на курсе. В общем, вся подробная информация, просто напишите мне, я все расскажу, все скину информацию. На сегодня все. Спасибо всем, кто пришел на стрим. Напишите обязательно, что вы думаете по поводу стрима. Ставьте плюсики, минусики. В общем, всем спасибо. Всем пока.
Спасибо.
All right, bye.